Do your own research and due diligence before investing in any company. The information I provide is in no way or manner a professional suggestion to purchase shares in any publicly traded company. I am not licensed to provide financial advice, and this should be considered entertainment. These stock profiles are intended to be trading ideas, a starting point for research. Any individual who chooses to invest in any securities should do so with caution. Investing in securities is speculative and carries a high degree of risk. You may lose some or all the money that is invested. Always research your own investments and consider consulting with a registered investment advisor or a licensed stockbroker before investing.
Alright guys, it's your boy Sal, man, trying this. Your boy's got a couple more days till I move out of here. Is it fucking up? Because I really want to do this show, but I mean, if it keeps fucking up, man, I just have to wait till I move. Because I've drawn everything. I went and got a new router, and they came here today. They said it's not being throttled. They said it's not the router, but I wanted a new router anyway. So I don't even know what it could be, bro. So my mic gain is high. So at this point, it's like, you know, what else could it be, bro? Let me see here. Is it looking good now? Is it looking good? I can't even start the show like excited anymore because I don't even know if it's gonna work. Hold on. What's going on, everybody? It says buffering for you. I mean, I don't even know what else to do no more, bro. Like it's pissed me off so much where I can't even get pissed off anymore. Cause I'm over being pissed off about it. They came here, they looked at the wall, they did. I mean, you know, it's like what else? What else do you do? So I don't know if that's going to play a role in it or not. We'll see. I mean, we'll see. Buffering like crazy. Someone else said it's buffering like crazy. Buffering as well. Don't know if it's me or my end. Yeah, bro, I swear, bro, like the whole show and shit was fine, bro. Everything about the show was fine until, you know, after last episode Friday. I mean, is my gain too loud? Hold on, is that better? Is my gain on my... Someone said my microphone is too loud. Is that better? Someone said it's the Illuminati. It's hilarious. Okay, I think we're pretty good now, right? We should be pretty good to go now. Is it still buffering? Volume is fine now. Okay, good. It says you're looking good on my end. You say your internet's slow as shit lately. It's weird. That's what I feel like, you know, I don't know if like after this time of day, like after everybody comes home and everybody starts fucking using it and shit. I mean, I defragged the hard drive, uninstalled shit, you know. But internet is like fine. Like during the day, I can do anything. Yeah, buffering sometimes seems good. Oh, damn, never mind. Yeah, it's like starting and stopping, right? It's like goes and then like, you know, a minute later it'll buffer. Yeah, after Friday show. And it's so funny. Somebody said the Illuminati. You know, we talked a lot about the fucking Illuminati on Friday, man. We probably spent too much time on that shit now. Shit. All we were fucking doing on Friday was talking about the fucking Illuminati, man. Y'all got them fucking with me, man. Shit. Anyway, I want to go through some of these tickers and shit. But, man, you know, it's really rare to go from one winner to another winner. Etrm collapsed. I posted on Twitter that I was out of Etrm. I was yesterday, and sure enough, man, Myos takes off today. Myos takes off today, bro. Turned off. Yeah, hockey. I turned it off and plugged it back in. In fact, I went to the branch and grabbed another router. I have an all new router, straight out the box, never opened. So we'll see if that holds up right now. So looks like so far it's doing pretty good. Let's see if this holds. But anyway, here's Myos. Myos, man, right now, that's the stock to play right now. For me, I got to be honest with you, I'm in the stock really, really late. I didn't get in until $4, to be exact, $4 to be exact. $3.94 was actually the breakout, but I got it at $4. So the stock is up 424% for the day, but I'm only up 69%. I'm only up 69%, but the stock is up over 400% for the day because it basically came from nothing, man. The stock basically came from nothing. And so shout out to everybody who's up in Myos. And if you're up there in the absolute hundreds, I mean, you're up 200%, 300%. Congratulations to you, man. Like, seriously, congratulations to you. You're the real MVP. You're the absolute real MVP. So shout out to everybody who's in that stock right now and is up huge. You said you missed that trade, BIOC. Let me see here, BIOC. What does BIOC look like? BIOC, okay. It's not too bad. BIOC is actually not too bad. It's actually not too bad. Thank you, Made City Stars. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, my bit rate is dropping like crazy, bro. 1 second I'm like at 5,000 and I drop all the way down to 1,700. Appreciate that, Made City Stars. BIOC looks nice, but can this keep going though, man? One ticker that I want to look at is Dxtr that I want to give to you guys. Dxtr. Dxtr, I was following this during the midday, and you guys saw I was tweeting out as I was looking at the chart. It broke right out of this beautiful, beautiful tightening on the Bollinger Band. And I love when I see this tightening on the bands here, and it just broke right out of that and got higher to the top of 233. 233. I was hoping it would flag right. It didn't flag right, so we got almost like a descending flag. I don't like those. I'm not a big fan of those, but we'll see. We'll take a look at those. I'm not sure. Ryan gets it. I like RXII. And on Twitter today, I posted get a position in RXII. I posted that right now. I mean, RXII looks exactly like Etrm did. It looks like Etrm way back when. So RXII, if we spread out the chart, this is how RXII looks like. All right, mine's zoomed in a little bit, but this is basically the chart on RXII over multiple days. All right, obviously if we zoom in, we can get in between the lines and see what it's been doing. It's basically in a funnel between 76 and 70. All right, and I don't mind being in that funnel until it figures its way out of there, because I have a feeling that the way it's going to go, it's going to break out, and it looks like Etrm. We've talked about Etrm and the way Etrm looked way back when, and it looks a little like RXII, where you have this situation where the stock was basically doing nothing. And I hope we're not waiting as long as Etrm investors had to wait for them to make some money. but I like it because, you know, it's safety, you know, at these levels, and I'm willing to ride it for a little bit, a week and a half. We'll see what happens. All right, we'll see what happens. But yeah, if you zoom in, you know, you'll be able to see what it's doing in between the funnels. Yeah, URRE, man. I mean, look, URRE, you know, this has been. I mean, when did we bring up URRE? URRE was brought on the show on December. I'm seeing it on December, as early as December 15th, that Thursday. I'm seeing it as early as December 15th, man. So URRE has been on our list for some time, all the way back in December. December 15th, we were talking about URRE. So somewhere practically over there. And I do see some mentions after that too, around here. What was that day too? The 4th. So yeah, that was when I believe Big Shaq called about it, as well as Bat Scientist. That was on his level too as well. So URRE, missed opportunity for me, but if you jumped on that, shout out to you who jumped on URRE, because that was good money, man. You know, URRE, if you were in that, congrats to you. What's going on, Bruce Cole? Yeah, well over a month ago. This has been a stock that, you know, it's definitely been, you know, something we've been eyeing out here. And if you write our tickers down that we talk about here, you see it on the list. I mean, it's been one that we've discussed here as well. It's been one that we've discussed here as well. I wanted to get into Mjna yesterday. Mjna was on a beautiful, beautiful, you know, downtrend. Well, not, it was just down for the day, and I just knew to get back up here. And sure enough, this morning, I mean, you know, the smart money bought all those little cheap shares at that price, and you know, I have Mjna for the breakout here tomorrow. I have Mjna here for the breakout here tomorrow. We'll see what happens, but I have Mjna for the breakout tomorrow. Yeah, I did see Trump, the speech today. You know, I was really disappointed because he didn't say anything about, you know, he didn't say really anything about infrastructure. You know, he didn't mention, you know, building roads and airports and a lot of things that he promised as president he would look to do. I didn't hear any of that. I just heard, you know, well, the media is a scam and you guys are lying and fake news. And come on, man, you know, you're president of the United States, man. You got to take that shit, man. That comes with the job. Everybody's going to not like you. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to like you. You said the chat is not showing up. Yeah, the chat, they fucked up the chat, man. So I don't even know if it's worth even having. And plus, with this stream, I just wanted to get the stream rolling again. Let me just get the stream rolling again. We'll have the chat back up. I just wanted to get back live again, man. So yeah, let's get into these tickers, man. Rsog. RSOG. You tell me why you like RSOG, man. 3% today. What do you like about it? I'm looking at these levels here. Okay. All right. Looks like the breakout could be, what is that, 63 cents? What is that, 63 cents? Okay. All right. Oh, I'll continue to watch. I love how I just got over the 200, bouncing off the 200. All right, that 62 cents is that breakout higher, possibly even another level of that 68, but I'll probably stick at 62 just for now. I like it, not bad. Yeah, about BuzzFeed and all that, man. Come on, man. You're the president of the United States. You know, for the next 4 years, everybody's going to be making fun of you, bro. Everybody's going to be making fun of you. Yeah, I was just playing around, man. You know, I was just playing around in Forex. But it's not, you know, I'm just playing around in it. Rnva, Forex is just not, it's not the way to make money, man. It's just incredibly hard. You know, I don't know how those people do it. They're guys who make money on Forex. I don't know how you do it, but it's so fucking hard, bro. Rnva, beautiful, beautiful chart right now, man. You know, when I look at this chart, one thing I'm looking for is a pullback here. And I'll test the pullback if it happens. But beautiful chart, though, dude. This is incredible. You know, again, this is how I hope, you know, we see an RXII. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful, beautiful chart, though, man. I'd love to see a pullback here, and maybe I can get in and test a couple $100 and see what happens. He said currency is not volatile enough. Yeah, during the U.S. session is volatile. You know, during the U.S. session, you get some money. The only thing about it is that because it's not as volatile as stocks, it does require you to use some leverage so that you're able to, you know, bank it for yourself. But that's why it makes it so dangerous at the same time, man. Yeah, I'm still doing options, you know, not so much this week because I'm going to show you kind of stuck in a funnel here. In fact, let me show you what I've been doing. This is SPY right now. And I don't know what the fuck this is, bro. You know, I don't know what this is. So until SPY breaks above 227 or below my marked 225, I'm not saying anything to options right now. So forget options until, if, you know, let me know where the fuck you're going right now, because I don't like this shit. I don't like that kind of shit, man. You guys know me. I like predictable, easy trades. I'm not, you know, I didn't go to MIT. I didn't go to Harvard. I didn't go to Yale. I like easy. You know what I'm saying? I like easy, bro. I like jumping on runners. I like jumping on stocks that are crashing, going south. I like easy. I don't like predicting the future. You know what I'm saying? That's hard to do. STM. What's going on, Sinclair? What's going on, Dre? STM. Yeah, STM. Okay, Sinclair, you're still riding STM. A beautiful chart for STM, by the way, man. STM has a beautiful, beautiful chart. You know, STM has a beautiful, beautiful chart. And I know, Sinclair, you've been riding that, what, since the low sevens or something like that? Beautiful, beautiful chart on STM. Yeah. Yeah, ETRM was easy money. Yeah, not so much anymore, though. Yeah, we talked about MYOS. MYOS. We'll look to see what happens tomorrow, man. You know, this is one of the very few times that I didn't sell at the end of the day because, you know, of what happened into ETRM. You know, the fact that I felt like, you know, I got in the first day. I didn't play the second day because I thought it would crash the second day. And sure enough, it actually found support after the first 30 minutes and ran another, what, 60, 70%, I believe, the second day. So I felt like that was a real big missed opportunity where I could have made some money that day. That, you know, I kind of, you know, I should have been willing to risk those gains from the, you know, from the day before, which is what I'm doing in MYOS now. I'm up only 69%. I'm willing to risk 10 or 15% of those gains to see what it does tomorrow. But if we go in tomorrow and we're down, you know, 10, 15%, I'm going to take my gains and go home. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, holding overnight is dangerous, man. But, you know, that's just the risk, man. Yeah, I'm holding overnight MYOS as well, bro. I'm holding yeah, that's already, you know, MYOS is already #1 on our stocks to watch tomorrow. Already. Let me see here. I also saw Dris get to its almost touched its 52-week low. I wanted to bring that to you guys' attention too. Dris touched. In fact, it did touch. Did it touch today? Ooh, almost touched its 52-week low today, which was 210. The low of today was 211. So DRYS, man, I'm watching DRIS because if those bands tighten on Dris, we already know what Dris can do, man. You're saying Dris going below 2? It's going to be interesting to see what happens here. I think Dris can wake up again. I think Dris can wake up again. So it's really been beat up really heavily. And the fact that this sideways motion, you know, today lets me know that it's got some kind of support today. I wanted to bring that to you guys' attention today because this has been a stock that's pretty much been, you know, dropping, and all of a sudden it finds somewhat of a floor that it hadn't found, you know, earlier this month. So I think Dris is at the bottom, and now I think really just kind of looking, you're seeing a little bit of consolidation here happening in the Bollinger Bands. Something could be happening here. Something could be happening here. All right, and Dris has been a stock that every time it's ran, I've kind of showed up a little bit late. So I want to make sure it's not too late. I want to make sure it's not too late. All right. Well, it depends on what time frame you're looking at. I mean, if you're looking at the 1 month time frame, it's way oversold, man. If you're looking at a daily time frame or a 5-day time frame, it's not showing oversold, but it's way oversold on a monthly time frame. Look at the RSI on the monthly. We're way oversold. So it's well deserving of a comeback because it has been now almost a month since it spiked up. Right? It spiked up. When was that spike? It was what, December 14th? So it's been almost a month. So yes, Dris is right for a spike. If you're looking at the daily chart, it's not going to show oversold. Of course not. What you want to measure on the RSI is from the spike to where it is now. On the daily chart, you won't find that. Unless the drop had happened that day or a previous day before. Yeah, I'm bullish on Dris at these levels if some good news happens. So yeah, that's on my list for tomorrow as well. And that's why I brought it to you guys' attention. Because I think it could really move. You know, this show is all about putting you guys in, you know, and myself in an opportunity to make some money. Hsgx, I don't know much about this one, but this looks like also another real beat up chart. You know, that's just above its 52-week lows. But I don't remember this spike in heavy though. I don't know if this is a runner. Hsgx Liu. I don't know if that's a runner. APRI. I saw you, Sinclair, put APRI, 12% gain on that one. APRI, the only thing about APRI, I know this is a runner, but it doesn't hold its gains. You know, if you can see APRI, I can show you multiple times where it's just, it doesn't hold its gains. You know, here's another one situation in November, came all the way down, came up. So, you know, APRI is those situations where, you know, if you get it, man, get it and run. But, you know, it just doesn't do multiple days. It just doesn't do multiple days. Yeah, shipping now is about summer goods. Yeah, yeah. Let me see what else you guys. Xgti may bounce off this pullback. Xgti. Shout out to Treasure Hunter. Treasure Hunter had brought up Xgti yesterday. I'm curious to know if he hung on. This is the XGI chart today. You know, just basically fell off the roof in the morning. You guys know I don't play those first 30 minutes. And sure enough, you know, when I took a look at it, it had found support, but it didn't hold. And, you know, it was one of those situations where I was like, you know, just wasn't going to make anything happen. And then sure enough, when you looked at Myos, that was running like crazy. Yeah, yeah. Xgti was just, yeah, I'd hate to be that person in there today. And this is my biggest fear about Myos tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? This is why, you know, holding overnight on big runs can be kind of scary because, you know, this is a situation where it flagged right? Flagged right into the close. And you think, okay, well, you know, we might have a great day tomorrow. Well, look, unfortunately, Xgti, you know, didn't make it happen. Now, Trading Jedi, you're saying that tomorrow we could see Xgti make, you know, a run here. You believe Xgti, zooming in here, is going to be able to build off this 219 close. I'll watch it. I'll watch and see what happens on it. So I'll put it down on the list to watch for myself and for others to watch. But we'll see. You know, that was an ugly drop, though. That was a really ugly drop. Real ugly. Jack Ronnie said you sold before that drop. You gonna search comments? Maybe. Let's see. Bought yesterday's gap up. Today you bought near the low. He said pump it pre-market. I appreciate that, Izzy. Etrm. Ha! Etrm bouncing back at 10. Let me see that scenario. That's actually a pretty interesting scenario. You said Etrm will bounce at 10. Okay, well, we're at $15 now, so I don't want to hear. You know, I don't like seeing people lose money in the market. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's not cool, man. Because you know, people at the end of the day, they work hard for their money. They're trying to, you know, grow what little they have, and you know, it sucks to hear, you know, guys losing money on Etrm. You know, this sucks. You know, but you know the end is coming, though. I mean, you got to kind of already feel the end is coming. And, you know, you're watching level 2. You're seeing timidness, you know, in the ask. You know, guys setting their limit orders lower and lower and lower. So you can kind of see where that kind of starts to happen, because this isn't a sell. This is a situation where people are literally putting their limit orders so low, and guys who want to sell end up deciding, okay, I'm just going to sell for that whatever price that these guys are asking for. This isn't like some guy just dumping a ton of shares in the market. Sometimes it's just guys who are putting in limit orders, and you know, it's low as hell, and a buyer or a seller, excuse me, saying, okay, you can have it at that price. All right, Esmc, Escalon Medical Corp, OTC market. Yeah, TradingView's even having an issue. Okay, now it's pulled up, found the chart. Escalon Medical Corp, 14 cents a share. All right, sideways. Looks like it's kind of building some momentum here. What's going on with the volume today, though, man? Only 41,000 shares traded. I see the average volume is typically 1.16 million, so way beneath its volume for action today. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on there. Escalon Medical Corp. I'll put it on the list, though. I mean, I'll put it on the list to see what happens, because I'm very interested in stocks at these prices when they start moving above their 200-day moving average. You know, you got guys that trade this alone, basically, you know, stocks moving above 200. Yeah, very low volume. Very low volume. So I'm going to be watching to see if we get a pickup in that tomorrow. Because, you know, when these OTC runners start happening, they start typically on this low volume. They start developing a trend, and then everybody else starts joining the club. You know, that's kind of what happened to, you know, BTCS and SGBY and SFOR. There were all these, you know, no-name stocks that slowly started building a following, and volume came in. Qtnt, Quotient Limited. You tell me about this one. I don't think I've ever heard about this company. If anybody knows anything about this company, let me know. I see it did spike up here on the 6th. Drug testing company. Yeah, I don't know much about this one, but this does look like a short, because it is losing strength here. So I would possibly short that. Yeah, we build a list every single night. Every single night we build a list of stocks to look towards the next day. You know, not necessarily stocks you got to trade, but just stocks you want to glance at and see what they're doing. Yeah, yeah, we talked about Myos. That's the stock to look at tomorrow. Up on big news. A little FDA announcement. Yeah, don't. Oh, of course, nobody wants to get trapped in that. But you know, we just had Etrm run 3 days in a row. So Myos could possibly run. I mean, both medical companies, biotech kind of type plays. You know, could we see the same kind of enthusiasm moving to Myos tomorrow as well? You know, but I foresee a strong morning pullback. It's can we find some support in that pullback? You know, one of the big things about, you know, having that second day run is the fact that on the pullback, right, once the stock finds some support, there are no buyers there. So it fails and then it starts, you know, crashing lower. You know, that's the problem. DNN, uranium mines. Yeah, this is one of those mine plays just like URRE. This one's a lot cheaper though than URRE's. Denison Mines, 78 cents a share. 5 million shares traded today. Average about 9 million. That's decent volume, man. That's good volume. You know, typically on this exchange you don't see that kind of volume. You typically do not see that kind of volume on this exchange. So I'm actually really impressed with that. I'm really impressed with that. Yeah, this ticker right here is DNNN. Nice play on that. Nice play on that. Uh, MAG 3690 is an FDA announcement. It was an FDA announcement. I want to say, let me see here. What was their on Myos? Starting to turn into treasure hunter where I just glance at it and not actually dig into how deep it was, because Etrm broke all rules, man. Etrm was a situation where, you know, the news wasn't even honestly worth the run, you know. So how powerful is news now? You know, and I've always had a rating system on news. We know that federal contracts are number one, multiple day runners typically on a federal contract, right? U.S. Department of blah, blah, blah buying so-and-so product. You buy that all day. Then number two, FDA approval, which was which was the situation with Myos, I believe. And then after that is, you know, a purchase agreement or uh, a merger. Then comes those situations where a company announces, hey, we've got an order for one of our products for so-and-so $1 million. And that was the catalyst for Etrm. Wait, number 4 on my list. You know, typically not a multiple day running situation. DNN, yeah, that's yeah. This is DNN. This is DNN. Scottrade piss you off getting approved for tier 2 options? What were you looking for? I mean, are you looking to go all the way to tier 4? This guy's ready to make naked spreads. CIG. CIG, now, familiarize me with CIG. If I remember correctly, was CIG the Brazilian energy company? If I remember correctly, we had a guy here, what was his name? Blueberry J, who would talk about CIG. And if I remember correctly, this was the Brazil energy company that was running electricity for the Olympics. Yeah, Rnva. Yeah, we talked about Rnva as well. Nice move on Rnva. CIG. Here's the one-day move in CIG. Here's the one-day move on CIG. No news released, though. Here's the 5-day chart. I'm not a believer yet. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not a believer yet in CIG. Let's see what it does. Rnva said they bought a hospital. You are holding overnight, got in at 12 cents. Rnva bought a hospital. I'm not seeing the news here. You said they bought a hospital. Let's see here. Where's that news at? I don't doubt it. Rnva. Okay, I see it here now. All right. No, this was almost 2 weeks ago, bro. This is over 2 weeks ago now. It's almost 16 days ago. Rnva to acquire assets of Scott Community Hospital. Where's Scott Community Hospital at? Where are they located? Oneida, Tennessee. How big is Oneida, Tennessee? How big is Oneida, Tennessee? All right. Now I know where the asset is. How big is the location? How many people could they possibly serve? Oh, come on, man. 3,700 people? 3,700 people? So a population of 3,700 people, maybe 100 people a day going to this hospital? But hey, man, play the chart, man. Play the chart. You know, when we talk about psychology and stocks, I mean, look, humans get excited about this stuff, and you know, play the chart. That's all I can say about it. BUDZ. Buds. Now, Buds was a big runner last week. Does it still have any strength in it? That's what I'm going to be asking myself is, does it still have what it takes, man? It was an incredible runner last week. And when I look at this chart on Buds, this is a 5-day chart on Buds. As we look at the chart here, I'm looking at some weakness in the stock yesterday as we broke below the 200-day moving average. It is attempting to try and reach that again. Let's see if it can find the momentum to get back over. I'll be interested. I'll be looking to watch it, man. I'll be looking to watch it. We got a couple other marijuana stocks that are running right now that are a lot cheaper than Buds. For one, OWCP. I know you guys have been watching OWCP taking off. You know, for the price of one Buds, you know, OWCP's got a much beautiful looking chart. You know, and I will be the first to tell you that when it comes to a lot of these OTC stocks, many of the, you know, these traders jump from one stock to the other, you know, and I wouldn't be surprised if people who play Buds are playing OWCP now, or who were playing Buds are now playing OWCP. All right, 37 cents a share, two different companies. I understand some of them can't be compared. I understand that. But OWCP looks really nice right now, man. Looks really nice right now. You said you bought 18 cents 3 months ago, 5,000 shares. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. OWCP looks really nice at these levels. Let's see if it can hold on to it though. You know, OWCP again, one of those stocks that was kind of not really doing much, and it's found some momentum here, and it's banking. It really is banking off that, man. Airy, is that the airport control flight or something like that? Aircraft Parts and Manufacturing Company. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this situation now. I don't know what's going on here anymore on Airy. You know, it's been kind of one of those situations where it kind of did its thing. It came onto our radar earlier last month when it did this. It didn't hold those gains. So, you know, I don't know where this company is going. I'm going to wait till it kind of settles down and figures it out. So we'll see. I have a feeling if I were to jump in here now, I'd be a bag holder or something, because I'm not sure where that's going right now. you know? Well, because most people work during the day, and why would I go live when most of you guys are working during the day and doing other shit? Let me see here. Caligo, big buzz hitting target. GRNH. GRNH. Green Grow Technologies. 5%. Let me see here. That's nice. Green Grow Technologies. Love how it's hanging over that 200 day like that too. Like it wants to do something. Retest that at 12 cents. Yeah, see how GRNH, it's starting to look like how it did just after the election. I'm looking, you find some similarities in the way GRNH starts to move. Find some similarities in these moves here. Stocks tend to replay themselves. And GRNH looks like one of those situations where it's looking for an opportunity to really jump. I'll add that on the list as well. GRNH, surprisingly enough, it's always been one of those stocks that's been able to find incredible amount of volume. Not necessarily just because of how cheap it is, but it moves a couple $1 million a day. So that's something where you always kind of keep it in front of you. And we've talked about GRNH here several times. Haven't talked about it recently from what I see, but got to keep that one in front of you. It's interesting to see a lot of these hemp stocks moving lately because they were, really beat up for a long time. You guys know I ran a pump on Srna not too long ago, a couple months ago. Srna, ran really good into November. Obviously, like most of those stocks after the election, interest waned, but Srna, this is that heating, ventilation, and air conditioning system company for these weed players. So Srna is one of those stocks included with CVSI and Mjna are these issues that I believe they're going to be here for the long term. I think they're going to be here for quite a while. So I like the way Srna looks long term. So it's interesting, this little pullback here today. Continue to watch the breakout. If we end with another red day tomorrow, I'll be a little bit surprised because it has had such a wonderful run from the end of last month, and it hasn't been all green ever since then. We've had some pullbacks in between, well, soft ones. So we'll see what happens there. Srna. You said CLF. Cliffs Natural Resources. Cliffs Natural Resources, one we talked about here as well earlier, late in the month. It had an absolutely beautiful December. November. After the Trump election, it started. Yeah, really, it was one of those Trump stocks that really took off after his election. In fact, you can see it right here on the chart. Practically the next day, anything infrastructure related, commodity related, not necessarily gold or silver commodities, in building commodities, iron, steel, shit like that, all ran pretty aggressively. All right. Sure enough, though, they're already talking about what's called the Trump dump. In fact, if you go to marketwatch.com, there's a big article, front page for the evening. Beware of the Trump dump. Beware of the Trump dump. So, we got individuals coming out saying banks are still undervalued, even though we've shown here banks that are up, $20 a share since November. Banks like Bank of America, that's up almost $10 a share since November. Now we're starting to hear people talk like the way they were talking at the top of the housing crisis. People will continue to buy homes, and these home values and these increases in prices will continue. You know, when people are talking too high of the stock, I start to get a little bit nervous, man. I start to get a little bit nervous, you know. Let me see a stock that was a big runner. Again, I want to bring to you guys' attention, was on my list that I did some research on, was Saex. For those of you guys who remember, Saex was a stock that earlier this summer went to as high as $100 a share. So Saex, the bands are tightening on Saex. And, you know, I don't know where it could go from here. I honestly don't know where it could go from here. But it has found some support at the 750 level. The 52-week low is the 602, which it reached in November of 2000. No, sorry, November 8th. November 8th, to be exact. I don't know, but now we're lower. We're getting to that again. But Saex is a stock that came on my radar again today as I see these bands tightening on Saex. All right, and practically every stock that's spiked up higher, we can almost always see that the day before or in, you know, days and weeks preceding the huge run up, those Bollinger Bands got hella tight on the stock. You said you sick bought Buds, 18 cents, 500 share 3 months ago. Could have made over $20,000. Yeah, man. That's why that buy and hold, that's why I put up that video about that buy and hold, man. Sometimes is the way to go. You know, that buy and hold is kind of the way to go, you know. Yeah, what Ace V is saying is so true. I'll be feeling y'all pain because I look at these stocks that aren't doing anything, and you know, now I'm starting to see, okay, that's the way to go. Put some money in there, just have it sit there and see what happens. Yeah, Option House is good, man. Option House is good. Which is really interesting about Option House is that even if you do the ACH deposit, the money hits the account like the same day as if you sent a wire. It's incredible. I sent like $1,500 to Option House, and I'm thinking, you know, because it said 3 to 4 days, but the same day it hit the account, they let me use it the same day. It was as if I sent the wire, but I know I didn't send a wire. So try that. If it works for you, great. But I don't know if they have something going on with Wells Fargo, but that's who I use. But yeah, it hit, you know, the account like the same day as if I sent a wire. EBIO is a runner way back when. What is EBIO doing now? All right, EBIO not much right now, but EBIO has been a runner in the past. So once I see that, I have a tendency to always look to where that's at right now. What else did we look at? If you guys remember last week, CNET was the big runner. CNET, you know, not too much now. CNET still hanging above there, man. It's still, you know, you know, at the end of the year, I thought CNET would, you know, crash by now, but CNET still holding up there. So who knows what's going to happen with CNET, but still hanging at that level. Cxrx is another one where, again, the bands are really tightening on as well that I wanted to bring you guys to attention. Cxrx, that's another stock that I want to bring to you guys' attention. In fact, where we are right now in commodities, where are we at? Gold, 1196. Natural gas, okay. Really interesting to seeing gold here, you know, starting to make its way back, man. This trend in gold now, you know, if you look at the 1 month chart in gold, it's actually quite impressive, man. Gold is slowly, surely making its way back. So and that's typically a sign of a weakening economy or a weakening market when money starts flowing into gold. What does the smart money know that we don't know? What are they seeing that we can't see right now? when we start seeing gold, you know, damn near hit 12. You know, gold is just, you know, a moment away from 1200 an ounce. Let me see here. DRAM. DRAM. You know, some of you guys were big fans of DRAM for a long time. And, you know, as these stocks start to lose value, people don't talk about them. As these stocks start to lose value, nobody talks about these stocks once they start doing that. But DRAM, not bad here. And I see those bands tightening again too on DRAM. What's going on here? Got some consolidation of buying here. Buyers and sellers agreeing to the price. So somebody's going to have to give way and either raise their prices for the ask. Let me see here. DRAM. I don't see any recent news on DRAM, but that's kind of how it works sometimes, where it just kind of shows up out of nowhere, right? Toward the end of the day. Yeah, we talked about Rnva. We talked about Rnva and what's going on with that hospital situation. What's going on, Tristan? And Tristan, I believe you were on AUPH when it did that incredible run. So you know, AUPH, that's your go-to, ain't it? I remember Tristan was all over AUPH when it was doing this. Early November when it was doing that. And sure enough, AUPH, you know, eventually gave it all back. And AUPH, as you can see, it does have a history of being able to run. So is AUPH setting up again or what? Are we setting up again here in AUPH? That's going to be interesting to see here. And I'm excited to see what that could possibly be on AUPH. I'm looking forward to it. Yes, indeed. Shout out to Tristan, man. Tristan was all over that stock way back when. He was all over that one. APGN. Yeah, we made some good money on that call from Tristan. OPGN. Here's another one that's been a spiker in the past. So OPGH already kind of showing some weakness here. I don't know. We'll see. It's a stock that, you know, I followed when it first did it back in December. So let's see. Now it looks like we got a little bit of a mini run here. I don't know how much further that could go. Here's the one-day chart in OPGN. Already looked like it was kind of running out of steam there towards the end of the day. We'll see. We will see. Appreciate that, man. ARWR. Arrowhead Pharmaceuticals. ARWR 223, 10% gain today. Here's the one-day chart in Arrowhead. I like that buying towards the end of the day. That's always a good sign. Found a 200, bounced off of it. We'll have to see there because I don't see the kind of news that makes it worth my time. But it's interesting to see it here. And again, that's what happens when the bands start to tighten, right? When those bands start to tighten like that. In fact, let me see if I can make my bands a little bit more noticeable. You know, a little bit more noticeable. You guys can see what I'm talking about. When those bands start to tighten and prices start breaking out higher. You know, the consolidation is always sometimes when you see those bands, that's always a good thing. ARWR, you believe $4 a share? Is it a low float? Is it low float? Is it that low float? Man, that's a beautiful break higher, man. That's a beautiful break higher. Beautiful, beautiful break higher. Yeah. What's going on, Jamal Lewis? Bringing up Coin. Coin is that police stock, right? Coin is that police stock. You know, unfortunately, man, sad to say this, you know, when we talk about these police stocks, they tend to do really well after an incident. So when somebody gets, you know, unfortunately, you know, killed by police, that's when these stocks have the tendency to run. And if we see a riot, particularly during Ferguson and shit like that, these stocks went nuts. These stocks went nuts. Baltimore, these stocks went nuts. Taser, Coin, FPVD, they all went nuts. So the bands are tightening on here. We'll see what happens with it. I'll put it on the list tomorrow because I'm interested in seeing what's going on here. And I love when I see stocks like this that aren't doing anything, and it's a safe entry where you can kind of sit your money in, and you might wake up and be a cent down or a cent up or 2 cents down or 2 cents up. But the big move is still yet to come. The big move is still yet to come. Yeah, you guys know the only stocks I don't invest in are prison stocks. I don't do prison stocks. As a libertarian, you know, private prisons are a violation of capitalism. You know. What's going on? Let's see here. What else you guys bringing up? Bioc, Biocep, Diagnostic and Testing Substances Company. Here's the chart. Here's a 2-day chart in the stock. So we had the run up today. You know, again, man, I think all of us in here could be we could be billionaires in 2.5 years if we just knew how to do this. Time tops, bro. If you could just time tops, you know what I mean? How many charts do we pull up that look just like this? You know? If you could just time tops, imagine the kind of returns you can generate. I mean, you know, 40, 50% a week, easy. You know, but when you do these trades, you're almost always risking the opportunity to blow up your account, because we do know, you know, when you short, you risk basically everything you own. Yeah, but I mean, it's incredible. ETRM down 30. Yeah, ETRM is a wrap, man. When it comes to ETRM, you know, it's a wrap, man. So whoever in the chat room brought up ETRM bounce at 13, it could be, bounce at 10. You know, they might be right. They might be right. But ETRM, man, it's a wrap on ETRM. I'm also watching in a lot of penny chat rooms. They're talking about MMEG possibly making another run. MMEG, if you guys remember, had a really impressive end of December run. So MMEG at this 0009. Be very careful. That could do it. Could do it. It could do it. You know, I never put anything against these OTC plays, but you guys remember MMEG had a very, very aggressive run the first time, so we're back basically at the levels it started off at. So just, you know, keep it on your radar. That's all I'm saying on MMEG. Keep it on your radar, because it could run again. It could run again. Another OTC stock that could do something here. Trans-Pacific Aerospace had a very, very impressive day today on 260 million shares traded today. 40% gain on the stock today on Trans-Pacific Aerospace. Ticker Tpac, TPAC. It's another one of those triples that you know, hasn't done much recently. But I'm seeing some chatter. About it. And we'll see where it heads. But for the most part, as you can see, hasn't done much in quite a bit. But, you know, the move today on 260 million shares traded was interesting, because the chat room and Investors Hangout, as well as Investors Hub, the message board, excuse me, came alive, and it had been a long time since those message boards had really seen that kind of attention. Yeah, MMEG is very, very interesting. Very interesting. Rnva, yeah, we talked about Rnva, man. Rnva, 2 weeks ago, I guess they bought a hospital in a small town. Nice move today. The move today really didn't have any catalyst to speak of, but here's a 5-minute chart. What happened today, and man, that's an absolutely beautiful move, man. Can you say it any better today? I mean, for the most part, nothing happened, and all of a sudden, at 2 o'clock, the stock just takes off. So if you're already in the stock and found some gains, ended the day with some gains, we'll see what happens. So, but on the RSI, as you can see here, we're way oversold based on this move. So a nice pullback could be healthy tomorrow as those individuals who wake up and didn't see the stock run up today, now they're home and they're seeing their portfolio up 35%. Those people will sell. The guy who got in here, the guy who got in here, the guy who got in here, who's been basically dying for an opportunity to get up out of this stock with some profit. He's got profit now. Please believe he's going to sell tomorrow. So I believe Rnva, be very, don't be surprised if you see a retracement to either 10, maybe even as low as 9, bro. Maybe even as low as 9. Could be a pump. Could be a pump. Could be a pump. I don't know. Could be a pump. I don't know. Thoughts on healthcare sector after Trump's speech today? The guy wants to get rid of Obamacare. We don't have any idea of what a replacement could look like. He hasn't even given us an image of what the replacement of Obamacare could look like. I mean, so I'm not buying it just yet. I honestly don't believe he's going to scrap the whole thing because I honestly don't believe he has a plan right now to replace Obamacare. I don't believe they do. All right. ENPH. In-phase energy, photovoltaic solar systems, 27%. Okay. Again, man, broke out to the high toward the end of the day. I like that, man. I like when you start something like this. It's a huge cry from a typical run that we've just recently showed, where you had the situation where it goes lower. This basically, I mean, this is absolutely beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful on ENPH. This is ENPH. Nice chart. Definitely keep that on my eye tomorrow. Beautiful price too, $1.44. I love that. Love it when you have those, those stocks at just the right price where you can buy a ton of shares and a move like it did today, 27%, 30%. That really, really helps the account, man. That really helps the account. It turns a couple losing days, into days you'll never forget when you're able to make good profits on stocks that low. MUX, McEwen. You guys remember McEwen is the guy who, the CEO is actually the founder. Nice chart since December, but man, this is volatile as hell, ain't it? Look at that volatility, man. Look at that. I mean, you want to talk about a swing. Here's from 294 to 348. That's an incredible amount of swings. You eventually got back higher, but these pullbacks are something serious, man. Look at these pullbacks on MUX, man. That's insane. They are something serious. So at 372, you might be, you might be sitting pretty here at 373. You might be sitting pretty here, but what's the 52-week high? 492. Yeah, man, this is a wild one, bro. It is a wild one. This is a wild one. MUX, we had a really great ride in MUX earlier in the year. This summer, MUX was very, very impressive, but kind of forgot about MUX. APRI, Apricus Biosciences, still doing very good. It's been a wonderful 3 days in the stock. Wonderful 3 days in the stock. Again, you know, those bands got nice and tight. And which is interesting because you don't see where the bands get tight and it breaks lower. It does happen. I mean, you know, it can break either way. But, I mean, it broke lower and it just took off. I mean, absolutely gorgeous there. That's a wonderful chart. Now, how long it's going to stay up there? Let me know what's the catalyst to keep it up there? That's what I want to know. You guys let me know, you know, can this go higher and why? Give people in the chat room a reason to trade this. All right. Give people in the chat room a reason to trade this. AVID. We've already got a really wonderful list for tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. We've already got a really nice list. I mean, these are some serious runners I'm going to put out here at the end of the show. You can't tell me that one of the stocks that we've already gone through today is not going to get you at least 20-30% tomorrow. Plus. So I hope you got some day trades left. I know some of you guys already, you know, you get to Wednesday, you're already out of day trades or you're on to your second broker. I know some of you guys, you've told me, you know, you go through day trades like nothing. You've told me you've got 3 brokers you work with, each of them sitting on a couple grand of your money. And do what you got to do to make your money, man. Do what you got to do to make your money. Do what you got to do. AVID, computer peripherals. AVID technology. What exactly do they do? Let me look at the books here. Is a provider of open and integrated technology platform. Distribution. Okay, so basically they're basically like another YouTube. Is that basically what they're saying? I want to be YouTube. Company develops, markets, sells. Okay, no, software and hardware for what? Digital media content production. All right, so they're a media content management platform. All right, $500 million in revenue with gross profit of over $300 million. Not bad. Their books, I see a lot of, you know, don't see too much red in those books. There's a lot of black in those books. And I don't see any negative signs. So actually, not bad. That's a pretty low PE too, man. They've got a beautiful PE ratio too there on Avid. That's a beautiful PE. Trading just 5 times earnings. The company is profitable. You know, company is profitable. It's quite a big company too, over 1,500 employees. You know, just under $200 million market cap. Not bad, man. Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, not too many. They make music software. Yeah, not too many profitable small cap companies out there. So to see a small cap company like Avid that's trading way below, you know, typical PE ratios for these, you know, IT companies, for these companies that do what this company does. Typically, you'll see outrageous PEs for those type of companies. And, you know, social networking and shit like that. Avid is definitely one to watch. This is almost something you go long in, bro. Avid music company that only works on Apple computers. Okay. Thank you for that. Appreciate that, May City Star. So yeah, Avid. Put Avid on the list. I would put Avid for a long-term play, man. You know, for right now, as long as this momentum keeps at it, volume isn't, you know, insane. 800,000 shares traded today. Typical is 13 million. So even, you know, a slow day, it was still managed to get some gains for itself. Let's look at the 6-month chart. See what it looks like for the last 6 months. The trading view would hurry up here. Okay. So we're actually on the safer side of the yearly chart. So I actually like the valuation I'm in now on Avid. So, you know, really, really nice. Really, really, a lot of upside here. A lot of upside here. You know, you can just try to swing it for that $1 gain if you want. You know, get yourself 30, 40 cents here. I know a lot of you guys are like, $5. I don't know. You know, because I know you love the pennies, man. I know you love the under $1. But yeah, this looks like a very, very safe bet, man. Looks like a very safe bet. But yeah, I know you guys love under $1. I know you love under $1. EXTR. In fact, it's Bill Betts. I don't know if Bill Betts is in the house. Bill Betts says he doesn't even trade anything over 50 cents. He doesn't trade anything over 50 cents. I know guys been in the chat room. You don't trade anything over a dime. You know. So you're strictly OTCs, and basically you go to FinViz and you pull up lowest to most expensive. I know what some of you guys are doing. EXTR, Extreme Networks. Here's another one that's got a really nice multiple day chart. This is actually multiple months. So slowly but surely it's working its way up there. Extreme Networks. Too slow for me though, man. Way too slow. This is a multiple month chart. As you can see here, from August of 2016 to where we are now, the stock is up, you know, about $1.25. So way, way, way too slow for me. Way, way too slow for me. Yeah, when it comes to these slow stocks, I'm just putting my money in Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Facebook is the, you know, every extra $100 I get, out of every profit I make, you know, I'm practically dumping into just one share at a time, bro. One share at a time. Every $100 or so I get, I'm putting into Facebook, because Facebook is what Amazon was in 1999. I honestly believe that. I remember Facebook at $40. Do you guys remember Facebook at $40 a share? I know you do. I know you guys do. Many of you guys here are old enough to know when Facebook went public and you didn't snatch yourself any. Because if you snatched yourself any, you wouldn't be watching me right now. Let's keep it 100. So now that I'm awoke to this, you know, this game, I'm not going to pass up the opportunity. I'm not going to allow my, you know, children and my children's children to say, hey, Dad, where the fuck were you when Facebook was only $100 a share? You know, what the fuck were you doing when you can buy nvidia for, you know, less than $200? When you can buy Amazon for less than $1,000? Because please believe it, when your grandkids are in their 30s or in their teens, they're going to come to you and say, what? All this money was being made. Where were you? What were you doing? I mean, what the hell were you doing? You know? What were you doing? You know, I want to let them know I was getting this money. You know what I'm saying? I want to let them know I was getting this money. I want them to know I was getting this money. And just allow time to work with you, man. Just allow time to work with you. That's all. You ain't got to buy, you know, 10,000 shares of it. Just allow time to work with you, one at a time. You know, one at a time. That's all you got to do. Yeah, I think I got about 127 shares or some shit like that. I'm just slowly building the position. Like I said, it's a stock that I'm just going to continue to buy until my 50s, 60s. You know those guys who worked at Ford Motor Company and General Motors and stuff like that, while they were working that assembly line for 100, you know, for 25, 30 years, they were buying, you know, shares here and there. And, you know, they retire with more than enough to pass on to their kids, living off the dividends, bro. not including what they had in they were going to make in the pension, if they still have a pension. I don't know what they have now. But yeah. So Facebook is being replaced by Instagram. Well, if that happens, then you close your position and move over to Instagram. You know, the only thing about Instagram is Instagram, number one, you don't protect your Instagram information as well as you protect your information on Facebook. That's where I believe Instagram has a lot of weakness. Okay, you respect the people you follow on Facebook and who are friends with you on Facebook more than you respect the people you're friends with on Instagram. Okay, you will do things on Instagram you will not do on Facebook. You will post things on Instagram you will not post on Facebook. So Facebook, for me, I still like Facebook way long term than Instagram, because you respect Facebook more. There's shit you will not do on Facebook that you will do on Instagram. You know, let's just keep it real. There are people who follow you on Facebook. You post some dumb shit, they're like, "What the fuck are you doing, dude?" You know, but you can do that on Instagram. Yeah. Facebook is the serious social media site. It's the serious social media site. Instagram, Snapchat, although you can do all kind of bullshit there. But when it comes down to following your aunt, your uncle, your pastor, your teachers, your ex-girlfriend from 2009, you know, shit like that, you're not posting dumb shit on Facebook. I can guarantee you that. Snapchat IPO. So yeah, let's get back to these cheaper stocks, all right? Let's get back to these cheaper stocks. We're in the stratosphere now. We're in the stratosphere now. Let's get back to some of these cheaper stocks. And if I pull up some of these other ones that we looked at here recently, honorable mentions, ESSI. This is a stock that, you know, made some moves a while ago. It's kind of giving it all back, but ESSI starting to find, you know, some movement here. Nice gain today. Don't know where it's going. Don't foresee any big moves, you know, coming soon. But that 5% move today was really interesting. Not too much volume, so this could be just kind of a blip on the radar. But I'm watching it anyway. I'm watching it anyway. All right, AMD, I believe, still stuck under 11. I don't know what AMD is doing. You know, I have AMD mapped out here. AMD's just got to find its rhythm again. We were very hopeful last week into AMD. We thought AMD was going to break out of this funnel. Unfortunately, it's tried it multiple times, and now it's going lower. You know, it tried it almost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times to break out of this 1160 wall, and it just hasn't happened. So AMD starting off the year off bearish, which is really interesting because, you know, its partner nvidia as well, you know, had a really good December. I wouldn't call it struggling. I wouldn't call it struggling so far, but you know, almost looking the same here. Almost looking the same where we're trying to get back to those tops, and unfortunately not being able to get there. And I had nvidia stuck between 108 and 105, cracked 105, below 105. So let's see if we can try to get back up to 105.87. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. So both of those, I'm kind of sleeping on those right now until they get their act together. Until they get their act together. All right. What else we got popping off here? We haven't talked about the Qs in a long time. But BTUUQ, strong move today. Don't know where that came from. You know, this is another stock that had been really kind of beat up on the RSI, and sure enough, you know, it just found some support out of nowhere today. Nearly 1 million shares traded, so definitely no oops. Legit run for BTUUQ. now touching just over above the 200-day moving average on the 1-day chart. Let's see what happens here. BTUUQ, but you know, I'm always very scared of the Qs. We'll see what happens with that. I did see somebody in the chat room bring up hemp. No, this is the other hemp on the other one. We see OTC hemp. 15 cents. Well, actually 15% gain today on hemp. Another, marijuana stock that was really not doing much. For quite a while. This was a stock that way back when was doing a lot of, putting on a lot of gains, made a lot of people a lot of money, hemp, way back in 2014 or so. Kind of missed out on the Trump run. Did some things, but nowhere near what some of the other stocks were doing. So hemp, all of a sudden, finding some support here. We'll see. Too many shares out there for me personally on hemp. I think they've got, almost 700 million floating or something like this. Something ridiculous to that effect. But I'm not feeling hemp at all. But nice gain that I wanted to bring to you guys' attention. A couple other stocks we talked about. Blph. Blph is another one. The bands are really tightening on. And Blph, by the way, this is that another biotech play that was brought up by somebody here in the chat room last week. I had it on my list. It hasn't really done much ever since, but again, it's another one of those biotech plays that, some news drops and it could be the next Etrm, just because it's just one of those stocks. It has been in the past, so be very attentive to where Blph could move. We got a lot of tickers we've discussed today, so as you guys know here on Trading Tickers, you try to write them down. I always write down when we talked about them because you never know in the future what can happen with these OTCs and low price NASDAQ NYSE plays. All right. Now, this turnaround in gold, I haven't seen it really, move the stocks as much as I want to. You guys know the big gold play that I would love to see move as we see this turnaround in gold is TGD. TGD has been, very, very bearish as of late. This is the 30-day chart. So we're just above the 200-day on the 30. I'm still continuing to watch TGD because I know what it can do. But will it do it? That's the only thing. But TGD got very, very bearish. As you know, gold was pretty much, kaput towards the beginning of the year. Mid-year found its range and kind of almost gave it all back after November, gave almost 30% of its value after November of the election of Donald Trump. So now that gold is back on its winning ways, I'm looking at TGD, to possibly break out higher. So as long as gold continues to go higher, I like TGD. Move to continue to go higher here. What was that 52-week low, which was 11 cents way back when? In fact, if I pull up the 1-year chart, this is basically, when you look at TGD, you basically look at the price of gold. I mean, again, beginning of 2016, practically nothing. Found its momentum at the beginning of January into March, and then practically the election of Donald Trump, as you can see right here, that's pretty much gold just went kaput. But again, as gold prices start to recover, I like stocks like TGD to make that run again. All right. You're looking at AUH on gold. AUH, again, it's just, when I looked at the TGD situation, AAUY, very similar charts. I mean, they have very, very similar charts. In fact, we can compare them right now, and I'll show you, very, very similar charts where, you have these stocks that run on the price of gold. That's why I would rather like the situation where, I'm going to take the cheaper of the two. And that's why I'm going to take TGD, because at 33 cents a share, I can get a lot more for my money, right? I can get a lot more for my money and get more of a return. So as you can see here, AUY, TGD is the blue line. You know, why play AUY when I can play TGD? They run practically the same. Here's the chart. All right, so I'm about getting value for my money. If I can make a lot, if I can buy 10,000 shares of a 33-cent stock that can run to 52 cents, I'm going to do that. Where, you know, 10,000 shares of a $3 stock, you're talking about 30 grand. Why? You know, why do that? I mean, I really hope you guys see where I'm kind of getting at with that. You know, yeah, JNUG is a ETF that you can play options on too. That's, you can use leverage that way as well. All right. Yeah, we talked about MYOS. We talked about MYOS and what MYOS is doing. Again, this is a beautiful, beautiful chart. I played MYOS today. Got in late, as I told you earlier. I got in at exactly $4. You know, I watched it set its high. I watched it set its high for the day. It pulled back, and I said, okay, well, if it breaks the high, I'll jump back in. I didn't jump back because I wasn't sure yet. So I watched it. Then it set that $4 high, pulled back again. I said, okay, if we break 4, I'll put the order in. I literally put the order in because I wasn't going to wait for myself to do it because I was thinking I might not do it. So I just jumped in at 4 after it broke 4 again. And, you know, as I said, I'm up about 69% on 1,000 shares at 4. So good return right now. Good return right now. I'm sitting right now on just over, you know, $2,700. We'll see if it holds it. I'm expecting to lose some of it tomorrow as its stock pulls back in the morning. I'm hoping they'll find some support. If it doesn't, I'm willing to risk about $700 to find out if we find some support. If we don't, then I'll lose my $700, keep my 2, and roll with it. It is what it is. All right? It is what it is. It is what it is. Tim's How to Make Millions, Tandem Trader. Yeah, Jorge, we give all that here in the chat room. You might want to visit the Discord room. I'm sure we have somebody here from the Discord room. They'll give you all the links to those torrents. We'll give you all the links to those torrents. We got all the links to those torrents. You said buy the dips. Yeah, I mean, I could have bought those dips. Yeah, I could have bought those dips. But again, you know, when you're not sure, buy the breakout. When you're not sure, buy the breakout. I mean, that's what I would do anyway. And I know some of you guys do the same as well. You know, I'm no Tim Sykes, no Tim Grnh, you know, right? No Warren Buffett. But, you know, if I'm not sure, I'm going to buy the breakout. I'm going to buy the breakout. And that's exactly what I did here. And it just kept going, man. Very, very impressive. You know, 400% in one day. I mean, that's insane, man. That is absolutely insane. That is absolutely insane. So shout out to those guys. If we got a guy here from the Discord room, hey, Matt, can you put up that Discord room link? Or in fact, I probably could be able to find it here. Let me see here. I might be able to get you that Discord room. Oh, there it is. Okay. Thank you, Mac. So as you guys can see here, that's the Discord room. There are guys in there that'll be more than happy to give you that Tim Sykes torrent. In fact, I could probably pull it up right now. I don't want to open up too many browsers because, you know, so far the stream's doing really good. So it looks like we got that taken care of. Don't want to jinx myself. Knock on wood. Let's see here. Do I have the Tim Sykes? How to Make Millions. Let me see here. Yeah, the How to Make Millions, you're going to have to get that on your own. Because we got the link for that. But I can give you the Tim Sykes videos. And as I say on every time I give that out, don't hate the player, hate the game. If you got a problem with it, get with Pirate Bay. You should have uTorrent or BitTorrent to get these torrents. But yeah, that's the video for Tim Sykes. Again, It's got all his classic stuff, you know. So that's pretty much all the stuff you need to kind of get yourself wrapped up with what exactly we're talking about here when we talk about penny stocks, okay? All right. You said you bought a Tim Sykes DVD for $300. Yeah, I'm not paying anything. I'm not paying no $300 for a Tim Sykes DVD. I'm good. I'm good. Let me see here. MUX. You know, because I'm not, like I said, I've you know, several times, I got a penny stock trader's mindset. So when I'm thinking about $300 for a DVD, I'm doing the math and I'm thinking, man, that's almost, you know, that's a couple million shares in TPAC. That's a couple million shares in, you know, a couple triples that I know off the top of my head, man. You know, a couple million shares that I can sleep on, and 4 months later that can turn into, you know, $4,000 or $5,000 for me. You know, a $300, you know, purchase, you giving away like $4,000 if you really think about it. You know, yeah, man. You know, I'm thinking about what I can turn that money into when I spend money now. You know, anything over $20, man, that's a trade. So unless it's food to live or your light bill, or, you know, for those of you guys who pay rent or your mortgage, I'm trying to turn that into a trade. I'm trying to turn that into a check. You know, that BTCS money came into my account. It felt so good. Felt so good. Yeah, money is a very hard thing to come by. You know, it's why you got to create systems for yourself to put you in front of the money. Yeah, it's a special hard. You know what I'm saying? Another stock that I'm watching is K's. Are you guys watching K's as well? Here's another stock that was on my list today. K's. The game was impressive. It's another OTC stock I'm watching. The game was impressive. Um, I'm still watching it because it's got a very nice run here. Nice, very nice, you know, 2 days here so far in K's. You know, K's was a previous runner a couple months ago. In fact, let me see if I pull that chart up. That K's did really right. Here's the 60-day chart in K's. Very, very impressive runner. The first time it ran early December. Gave it all back, though. So I'm looking to see here in K's if we get another good day here soon enough. Maybe I can, you know, throw $250 at it and see what it does. You know, can it double me up or not? But I might be a little bit too late on K's. Might be a little bit too late on K's based on what the second run up did. So we'll see. If we don't break that 40, I'm out. But if we break this 40, though, man, I might be a little bit low there on that setup. If we break that, you know, I might want to chance it, because if we do break that top, you know, we could be trying to attempt that 55. I don't know. I don't know. And I would love to play that 45 to 47, or at least even, you know, 42 to 48. I wouldn't mind playing that for an just for an 8-cent run. Then I might be looking at putting up, you know, 1,000 or more on that. K's, K-A-Y-S, K-A-Y-S, K's. Yeah, OTCs are typically always four syllables, not four letters. Excuse me. K's. Yeah. All right. What else we got here? Cbis. Cbis is another one that was on the chart that I watched today. Cbis, 4% move. Again, still not too much of a believer just yet in Cbis. I don't know what this was all about. You know, this is a sucker who, again, when you don't know how to do limit orders, this is what you do. You know, this is a guy who sold out at 623. I don't know why. Why would you do that? This is obviously a sell. You know, this is an idiot who doesn't know how to do a limit order. When you see the string like that, this is an idiot who doesn't know how to do a limit order. All right, somebody who put in an order way beneath where the stock was going at, and of course somebody bought that. All right, what else? Let's see here. Looking at anything on my list that was really good. Bring you guys' attention. Where are we at on NDev? NDev, OTC NDev. I remember some of you guys were bringing NDev. This was, if I remember correctly, was this a reverse split? I don't remember. I don't know why I remember seeing NDev being a lot cheaper than this. I don't remember NDev being a lot cheaper than that. NDev just at that single $1 mark. Not a big believer just yet. Not a big believer just yet. You guys know I like to look for confirmation to jump on. BIOC, yeah, we already looked at BIOC. You know, it's at that ceiling right there, as you can see here on the chart. You know, it had set that wall. Now it's trying to attempt it again, that 267 wall. Actually 272 wall, excuse me. So we're right beneath that, literally right beneath it. Literally right beneath it. So, you know, look, it's going to move up higher tomorrow. That's just common sense. Guys going to come in and put in an order above it. But after it breaks down, again, I can't say this enough, will we find, you know, buyers after the breakdown? That's the gist of what we're looking at right now. Will we find support to carry us higher? And you can just study the Etrm chart right now while, you know, you can really pull it up to be able to find, you know, how intricate this is. You know, when we look at Etrm, you know, again, we had the huge run up, and this is what I expect to see tomorrow. BIOC, we'll have the huge run up, right? Huge run up. All right, you'll start to see weakness as those orders, you know, those orders get filled, and all of a sudden buyers aren't interested in buying that price. What happens to the price? Boom. All right, will we find this? This is what you want to find. You know, this is what you want to be a part of. You know, this is your buy sign right here. Whenever you have a situation where a stock is up high, the next day, of course, you don't play the first 30 minutes, right? That's why this collapse really starts at what? Exactly 10 o'clock. If you go back to ETRM, exactly 10 o'clock, this happens. All right, so you jump in, and this is what you look for. I mean, other people know this. I'm not giving you guys any real deep secrets or some shit like this. Many of you guys know this. But you know, people will make the same mistakes over and over again. Will jump in here, and they, you know, if you were bold enough to wait till it got back here, which I doubt, because many people who bought in here will run here, you know, and then they'll kick themselves in the leg toward the end of the day. You know, yeah. Let me see here. RJet. All right, we got some guy bringing up the Qs. Who's that? Desert Edge bringing up the Qs. He's gonna be our new Q guy. 59% gain. Wow, that's nice. That's not bad for 3 days, my man. That's a beautiful 3-day chart there in RJETQ. That's not bad. That's a nice looking chart there. That's a nice looking chart there for 3 days. Let me brighten that up for you. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad chart there. All right, brighten that up for you guys a little bit. There we go. That's not bad in RJETQ. Let me put that some pretty long one. RJETQ. That's the ticker for that one. RJet. All right. Let me hear BIOS. BIOS is another one. BIOS. Hospital, clinics, care services. Bioscript. Now, what exactly do they do? Bioscript, engaged in providing infusion solutions. Company partners with physicians, hospital systems, skilled nursing facilities. All right. 70 locations, 30 states. Home infusion services. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Don't like the fact that the company lost over $300 million last year, though. So the company's hemorrhaging cash. That's the only thing I don't like about it, is that they're losing a lot of money, but obviously we're not playing it that way. But just be careful here, because it isn't necessarily very beautiful on paper. Just know that. BIOS. But RJet Desert Edge, going back to RJet real quick, RJet Q to be exact. I'm not a big fan of the Qs. But where are we in terms of Republic Airways and what's going on with Republic Airways? Are you aware of where they are in the bankruptcy proceedings? In fact, let me Google the company real quick. Republic Airways. What's going on with the company right now? Based in Indianapolis, Indiana. Are they actually running right now? Oh, so they are running right now. Okay, I see here Republic Airways files plan of reorganization. Plans to emerge from Chapter 11 in Q1 of 2017. Now, when we talk about emerging from bankruptcy, are they going to keep these shareholders? That's the thing. You guys know that's always been and we're 0-3 so far on that aspect. 0-3 for trying to figure out if we can stay in the stock long enough to be counted in the reorganization. They tend to create new shares, and all the old shareholders get fucked. But not bad, man. Founded in 1998, over 118 planes. They are running right now. Republic Airways, ticker symbol RGET. RGET, not bad. In fact, let's look at this 6-month chart and see what it's been doing, where that chart looks like over 6 months. And, okay, got a long way to go. This stock's been real beat up. But good news could do something here. We'll see. Yeah, Mag. I won't be surprised if he won't trade it. I won't be surprised if he won't trade it, because these Qs, we've lost on these Qs for far too long. I mean, how many Q stocks have we brought up here on this show? Zinc, Aeropostale. Where Aeropostale actually is coming back. Aeropostale's coming back, believe it or not. Speaking of Aeropostale, AROPQ. Aeropostale is actually coming back, believe it or not. So Aeropostale's making a comeback. They're actually opening up new stores. So as you can see, Aeropostale had a wonderful day today. But when it comes to the Qs now, I'm just going to play. If it happens, I'll play if it happens. But look at the Aeropostale. Yeah, Aeropostale. Here's a beautiful 5-day chart in Aeropostale. So, but we've had a couple Qs here that just didn't work out. Yeah, didn't work out. But yeah, I'm not playing the bankrupts anymore. I am A-OK on bankrupt stocks. All right. Let's see here. Couple more for tomorrow. A couple more stocks for tomorrow. Let's look at just a couple more stocks before you guys get up out of here. Let's see here. Axum. I'm not a big believer in Axum. AXIM. AXIM is what he brought up. $15 a share. Look, this has been pumped like crazy. As you guys know. AXIM. This is a company that is 50% owned by Mjna. Supposedly they're a purification and treatment company. He did a wonderful day today. $3 a share, 27% gain on the stock. 300,000 shares traded. This is really dangerous. That's all. That's my only thing. If you want to play it, by all means, have fun. But at these price levels, I just feel like I just don't want to risk, the kind of capital that where it's going to make sense for me. At $15 a share, it's going to require me to put up some real money. And, I just would rather see it in something else, in something else. At the price where it's at now, it's just, why? Why even bother? B-Kit, Blake Insomnia Therapeutics, OTC stock, and supposedly they're in development of like a sleep company, a sleep insomnia medication called Tpac. This is one that came on the radar today as well. The ticker again is BKIT, BKIT, BKIT. A little bit over 100,000, almost nearly $1 million traded in the stock today. Nearly $1 million traded in the stock today. BKIT, interestingly enough, just a little over $600,000 traded in the stock. Not bad for BKIT, BKIT, BKIT. What other ones did we have here that ran today that I think you guys would be interested in? PPCH, another OTC play. Tpac Health Group. This is the last 5-day chart right here on the screen. Over 31 million shares traded for a total volume of almost $300,000 traded in the stock alone today. Let me see. Do we have any one of the ones that were up $1 million? Let's see. SNMN. Here's another little OTC play as well, which is up over 140% today. Little over $230,000 traded in the stock today on SNMN. Look at that. Trading Views looking for the chart. It's so obscure. I don't know if it's even going to find it or not. There it is. SNMN. Here's the chart for SNMN. Again, you're going to have to do your research on what exactly this company does. SNMN. Weird. Let me see here. What do they do? I think I can find that out real quick. What do they do? Real quick. Entertainment and Media Holding Company. Acquiring and developing a variety of business. Okay, all right. So practically a bullshit shell company. But hey, look, hey, you'd be surprised, man. This thing will run for 2-3 days. All right, you guys know how OTC is. You guys know what it is by now. PSCR put up $1 million today. That was interesting. Protoscript Pharmaceutical, OTC company, put up $1 million. $1 million traded in the stock today. Nearly 400 trades in the stock. PSCR, as you can see here, another one that PSCR 5% gain in the stock today. All right, interesting move. Treasure Hunter, what's up, man?
Not much, Sal. Not much, big dog. Just chilling.
Good.
Yeah.
So what you looked at today, man?
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, Etrm. We know it was gonna go down eventually, but I didn't know it was gonna hit. Early this morning, soon market open.
Yeah, man. Look, Etrm. Again, the stock was up over 230% over the last 2.5 days or so. So. Yeah, man. So I mean, it was going to give some of that back, and I think 210% to be exact. So yeah, it was going to give some of that back, man. It was expected. So I feel sorry for the people who bought at the top yesterday. I got out of the stock yesterday because again, we know that 3-day runs are very, very rare. Third days are typically the pullback days when you have these small cap stocks run. They'll have one day, 2 days, but third day. That's typically like, ooh, I'm not sure. And I believe Etrm, this might have been actually the 4th day of the situation if we conclude, last week the 5th, if you really want to add that in. But yeah, man, that's just how it goes sometimes.
That's the truth. Yeah. So Etrm, took definitely a nosedive toilet plunge. You know that toilet sound effects you be doing.
Yeah, man.
And
I mean, that's what it is. You know, and that's why I flushed the toilet on that one. I think it's a wrap on
mhm.
ETRM. But someone in the chat
Yeah.
room mentioned it could bounce off $10 a share. We're at
Oh,
15
bounce
now.
back.
Yeah, it could
Yeah, I
bounce.
thought
Yeah,
about the bounce back.
yeah, it could. It
Scotty
could.
with Fruit Juice did that before.
Yeah,
I
Scott-free
keep my eyes
fruit
open on that
juice,
one.
dries. A lot of these stocks that run up that aggressively will find a price as it goes down to kind of fake people out at. It's one of those ones where it's not legit. I mean, so it's not going to hold it indefinitely, but you know, it will hold it for maybe, you know, a day, if that, and then come back down because at the end of the day, that trend is the strongest.
Mm-hmm. And then I played from yesterday. The Xgti was down also.
Mm-hmm.
So two of them plays was down, and I cashed out both of those positions, and I kept URRE.
Mm-hmm.
I remember before I mentioned the URRE, and you said you liked that play, and sure enough, your fancy indicators did mark it right on the head because it's still climbing. So I kept that one. You know what I'm saying? In my little trades for the day.
Yeah,
And
those stocks like URRE, you know, when you know gold is up, silver is doing well, you know, all those kind of commodities where you kind of got to like dig out of the ground and you know sell them for, you know, in technology parts and construction and all whatnot. They tend to run all well together. So gold is doing good right now. A lot of gold stocks are doing pretty well. So URRE in that bunch as well. So sure enough, that's going to run as well.
and another one I bought was NM. Yep. URE I kept, and I bought NM. He did pretty good.
Okay, and that's the shipping. Yeah, that's the maritime shipping company. Okay, yeah, that's that shipping company you talked about that we hadn't really heard of.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. One of those weird ones.
okay.
Yeah, I did pretty good. So what do you indicate to say both? You think both of them going to run tomorrow? Because I know URE been running for a little minute, and like you said, that third day usually is kind of scarce, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure on NM. Again, URRE, you know, that's not necessarily a run as you know, maybe it's got some news or anything right now. Again, gold is up, and a lot of those
Yeah.
mining companies are playing on the trend, man, and I would keep that
Sure.
for the time being. And
Piggyback it.
yeah, just piggyback and enjoy the ride as we move higher. But you know, I can't, you know, let you know it's going to go to 5 or anything like
Yeah.
that. But
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, just
Yeah.
yeah, just enjoy
You
it
made a couple
while it
of points,
lasts,
though.
man. Yeah, just enjoy it while it
Sure.
lasts.
Sure.
Mm.
Well, this one, please, big dog, and I'll hop back to the show, and I'll call you back tomorrow.
Appreciate it. Thanks you for Treasure Hunter. Appreciate the call, man.
Hey, man, you got it, cuz anytime. Keep up the good work, Sal.
All right. Yeah, so shout out to Treasure Hunter for the call, man. Shout out to Treasure Hunter for the call. I like that play you did on URRE, man. Good money on that one. Good money on that one. 41% gain on the stock today alone on URRE. So shout out to him for that. Real quick to end the show. Great Panther Limited. Great Panther. I don't know. We'll see. It's kind of slowed up, but yeah, I like again. GPL is one of those stocks that would run good as well too, as long as you know gold continues to trend higher. GPL, even though you're down here last couple of days, not too low, not too bad, but you can make that up. It's not too bad. So let's just hope that these you know the prices in gold continue to run. But like I said, my favorite gold stock is TGD. I like TGD at 33 cents a share. And again, if gold continues to move higher, I like where we are, and I like the profit potential that I could earn in TGD. And I showed you guys why in the stock here. All right, so hopefully these bands continue to tighten and we continue to see a big move higher in TGD. But you know, at these levels, it's a trade I'm willing to make. You know, at 33 cents a share, if we can even get back to where it fell off at 47 cents, I'd love that. I'd love a return like that with the kind of volume it's already putting in. I know I'll be able to get my money out and generate a good profit. I mean, isn't this what you know this is about? So again, I mentioned on Twitter. Hopefully you guys follow me there. I mentioned on Twitter RXII. RXII is a beautiful spiker. in the past, as Tim Sykes likes to say, spikeability. You know, this is one of those stocks that's done it before, and right now it's basically sitting, not doing anything, and that's where I want to be. So RXII could be that stock that maybe I can wake up one day and get, you know, 100%, 200% on. Who knows? But it's flat, not doing anything, and I've got about 500 shares in it just to we'll see what happens, man. If something happens, great. If not, then I'll just sell and go somewhere else. It is what it is. All right. Another one, DRYS. Just in, I talked about it earlier. DRYS. I like Dris, man. We've talked about Dris here in the past. You know, we talked about Dris here in the past, and Dris, you know, at these levels again, I'm loving how it's found some support here. We're going sideways finally again. All right, we're not going straight down as we were for so long. We were just going straight down in Dris. So as we pull back the 3-month chart here, I think we'll get a better indication. Well, actually, no, let's go a little shorter. Let's go 30 days. 30-day chart here on Dris. We see here the stock was going higher, but then, you know, we practically lost it all on that spike, which that's basically the way Dris works. Eventually broke support, and I was going to short this, but I was so scared because Dris is so low float, man. I just like, you know what, let me just leave it alone. Looking back, you know, everybody's a millionaire trader on hindsight. I should have short this because that would have been a beautiful return, but who knew, you know, it would have kept going down. But now we're going sideways. I like Dris here at 220, 219. I've heard some of you guys say it could break down lower. I don't know, but at these levels, I'd love to see Dris drop some news on people and be right back at $5, $6, $7 a share again. Amazing, absolutely amazing. All right, all right. What's going on, Parker Mills? Appreciate it, man. Yes, sir. Long time no see. So I see Parker Mills here in the chat room. What's going on, Jay Wallace? Yeah, Cinco Hernandez. Yeah, Cinco Hernandez ain't been here in a minute, but he's back in here. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, Treasure Hunter. Yeah, Treasure Hunter. Treasure Hunter says he's over 40 years old, but yeah, he does sound like he's like 17 years old, bro. Treasure Hunter says he's 40 years old, but he sounds like he's 17. A lot of people don't know that. Well, I'm going to put the charts here, the stocks here. And here are the stocks that we looked at today. These are stocks you guys should look at tomorrow to run. And brief moment here, I'm going to post those for you guys. Let's see here. Hold on here. Post that for you guys here. Copy. Paste. Okay, why is it not giving me my space? Xgti. Alright, 1 second, guys. And there it is. So those are the stocks. Those are the stocks. Those are the stocks you guys should take a look at tomorrow on the charts. Those are the ones that are running right now. Those are the ones that are running right now. They got some really, really good plays in them right now, man. I should have added URRE on that one too. So of course URRE is on that list too. URRE should be on that list. Couple thousand in hemp, just letting it sit for the rest of the year. I don't know about hemp though, Cinco Hernandez. I mean, why hemp? You know, if there's one stock you're gonna put in for the rest of the year, you know, I would look at a gold stock, honestly. If I'm talking about a stock to put in for the rest of the year, I'd probably look at a gold stock. You know, I would look at gold for the next 30-day, 40-day run. SZSMF. Do you guys remember SZSMF? This was a pump of mine not too long ago. But SZSMF, you know, this is one. Be careful because the volume here is a little shaky, but This is another one that's very low float, very low float, but could do some things, And recently, it's had a very impressive January so far. SCSMF, it's been doing it very quietly. And interesting enough, this is a stock that's went from, I want to say, like 7 cents to 42 cents over the year. Here's the January so far at SCSMF. Beautiful stock that went from 17 cents a share to 26 cents a share. Again, doesn't have the greatest volume, but it's slowly building that again. And sure enough, as you can see here on the 30-day chart, it's over the 200-day moving average. If we look at the year to date, let me see here, 1 year chart. This is a stock that started at 4 cents a share at the lowest point of gold and got to a high of about 46 cents a share, which represents a gain of, I want to say, 700 to 800%. All right, let me see here. What was that? 6 cents to 46 cents. 6 cents to 40. Okay, actually, yeah, 666% return on investment, and that was from January 19th to April 21st. So in 3 months, you got back your money 6 times. In 4 months, just over 4, 3 months time. So not bad. So I'm watching SCSMF at these 26 cents price, 27 cents now, and looking to see what happened. It touched 18, and it's very low float too, very low float as well. So that's another OTC stock I'm watching. Yeah, could be back. We'll see. We could be back. All right. But it's had a very impressive January. Love to see more volume, but so far, very impressive. All right. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys sticking with me, man. I was having some issues with the stream. Looks like we're finally back on track. So I really appreciate you guys sticking with me. Look, we were in here heavy. We got to about almost 120 people here at one point. So I appreciate that. Please join us in the Discord room. We've already posted that. You guys should be able to join us in there. If you have any questions about investing and trading, the Discord app is a really great place to be. As you can see, we did a little bit of options, but guys, my heart and soul is into the penny plays. Okay, options is great, but at the end of the day, quick money that you can turn into some serious wealth long term in those blue chip stocks. The way you make that money fast is in penny stocks. All right, learning how to play the pennies is where you do it. Options is great. I'm a big fan of options, but at the end of the day, these pennies, you just can't deny the returns, man. You just cannot deny the returns. All right. So let me see here. Appreciate you guys here. In fact, for those again, last minute chart. If you looking for a torrent that I haven't put up, email me, happypennystocks@gmail.com. We pretty much all put them up. For those of you guys who are in here for your first time, please download BitTorrent, uTorrent, and get Tim Sykes torrent right there. You can download Tandem Trader. There's a bunch of other, guys who teach people how to trade. You're more than happy to follow, watch them as well. Join their, chat rooms during the day. I know a lot of you guys do that as well. So, but, I appreciate you guys watching this show, because after you go to the gurus to learn how to trade, come here at night to get these tickers, because that's at the end of the day, you can know your support, resistance, but if you don't have a ticker, then you don't got no profits. You know what I'm saying? So that's why this show really works, and I appreciate you guys always for sticking by me and watching, because I benefit from what you guys bring, and you guys benefit from all these tickers we bring to each other's attention. All right? Yes, indeed. So appreciate you guys. Again, I'll be back here Thursday for tomorrow's show. Same time, same place. Same time, same place as always. I appreciate it. that you guys are watching the show. Again, one more time, I think you guys already got the list of my stocks that I put out. Let me see. You guys already got the list? Yes, indeed. You did get the list. All right. There it is right here. One last time. For those guys who didn't watch, there it is. Appreciate that, Ace V. There's the list. All right. Not showing up on the chat. Oh, you don't see it right there, Michael B? You don't see you don't see it right there? I just posted it again. Yeah, I took the chat out the play today, man. The next live stream is tomorrow. It's tomorrow, brother. Same time, same place, man. All right. I go 4 nights a week. Yes, indeed. Appreciate it. See you guys tomorrow, man. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen. Take care. Yes, indeed. Good show. Good show. Back running again. That's what I like.